Good evening from inside the Golden One Center, where the Kings took down the Warriors after a 16-year playoff drought that felt like an eternity. And I don't know if anybody would say that the wait was worth it, but tonight, Sacramento certainly made up for some lost time. An incredible atmosphere inside the Golden One Center for the first playoff game in Sacramento in 17 years. A sellout crowd on its feet for seemingly all of warm-ups. A NorCal rivalry for the first round of the playoffs, with the Kings hosting the Warriors for Game 1 of this series. And after a slow start for both teams, Domas Sabonis with the big dunk in the first quarter. That pulls Sac within 3. Trey Lyles having a big game today. Coming off the bench, he hits the 3 to make it 27-25. He finishes with 16 tonight. But the Warriors have a 2-point lead after the first quarter. Andrew Wiggins with the finger roll, playing his first game since before the All-Star break. He finishes with 17 points in 28 minutes as a reserve. Alex Len, a surprise off the bench for Sacramento. A couple of dunks in the second quarter to tie things up at 35. 4 points, but more importantly, 7 rebounds. Then Stephen Curry from deep. That puts the Warriors up 45-44. Malik Monk making his playoff debut, the driving layup. Kings are down 53-51. Late in the first half, Curry with the deep 2, and the Warriors go into the break up 61-55. Golden State grabs a 10-point lead in the third quarter, but the Kings battle back. Monk gives the Kings a 91-90 lead going into the fourth quarter, 32 points. And how about his Kentucky teammate, De'Aaron Fox, taking over in the second half? The driving layup to go up 101-97, a game-high 38 points. And this is a back-and-forth game down the stretch. Klay Thompson from deep to go up 108-107, 21 for him. But here come the Kings in transition. Sabonis' dunk puts them up 119-114, a double-double for Sabonis, 12 points and 16 boards. Final seconds of the game, Sac's holding on to a 1-point lead. Golden State trying to grab the lead, but the 3 is off the mark, and the Kings come away with a 126-123 win to take a 1-0 lead in this series.
Crazy. Today the fans were amazing. The moment we ran out, out of the team huddle, it was awesome. It was awesome to see it.
It's been a thing all year where our benches come in and help the team out. I think tonight, in particular, a lot of guys stepped up. A-Lin stepped up big time and just going out there doing our jobs, playing with a lot of energy and giving those starters a little bit of a break and not letting it up. So we take big pride in that. All of us do. So we were able to do that tonight.
Of course, you want to win as many games as you can, and getting the first one definitely helps. We got that one out the way. And if anyone had any nervous jitters or anything game 1, hopefully it's all out the way. And game 2 we can really focus.
All right, we now bring in our Kirsten Keller to take a closer look at this game. And the 2 guys that stand out to me in this one, I think they stood out to everybody, De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk combining for 70 points.
I think both of them brought a fire to the team that they needed. They needed that energy to keep going, because there are points in the games where things would slow down, but you would see both of them start to catch heat. And when they caught heat, it really electrified the entire bench. Just listen to what they have to say on their performance and really taking it back to their Kentucky days.
I had a vision of what it would be like to make the playoffs here in Sac, and it was a lot of long days, just working and just being in the facility, being in these games. And so, to run out there tonight and to see that and to see the fans, it was exciting, but, honestly, it was a little emotional, just being a part of that, and really just happy for the fans.
And you can feel the energy. My son, Elijah, told me when he got to the building, he texted me right before the game. He said, "Dad, the energy in the air is unbelievable." And this is before tip-off, so I applaud our fans. We're going to need them to continue to be there for us night in, night out.
I actually thought it would be more Warriors fans in, because I've played them 4 times a year for the last 6 years, and I've seen it, but. So I think Sacramento showed out tonight. I think it was Trey walked by and he was like, "Yo, this is the loudest arena that I've ever played in." And we've talked about that before. We know what this fan base is about and what they want to do. And like I said, we want to win for ourselves and for each other and for everybody in this organization. But doing this for the fans, just knowing the way that they support this team, through thick and thin, like through really thin. I think it's just a testament to the way they are.
All right, so you heard everybody talking about the atmosphere here as we now bring in our Sean Cunningham. You're getting the full Fox 40 Sports Department here with you at the Golden One Center. But I want to keep talking about Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox because they both had historic performances. De'Aaron Fox tied for the second most points in a playoff debut in NBA history, while Malik Monk broke the NBA record with the most points ever in a playoff debut for a guy coming off the bench. Sean, I'll go to you since you weren't with us earlier. What did you see from the two of them? Kirsten, pardon my reach.
Just exactly what they envisioned when they brought in Malik Monk from the Lakers, signing as a free agent to reunite these Kentucky teammates. Best friends on and off the court, and it paid dividends. I call Malik Monk always the most important player on the Kings team because you know what Fox and you know what Sabonis are going to do, but Malik Monk has that swagger, and you saw it tonight. He's flexing on guys. He's letting Draymond Green chirp away, and he really brings them an identity.
Kirsten, I'll ask you. This will be the last question in like 15 seconds. Your big takeaway from Game 1 tonight.
I think that the Kings still have more in them. I think that Sacramento fans should be excited. I think that this is just the beginning. And we saw so many players step up tonight when maybe the normal starters or the big stars weren't shining as bright. So I think that Sacramento fans should be excited. I don't think this is the best of the Kings that we've seen in this series yet.
You know who's excited to hear that? Our Eric Rucker.
I am stoked to hear that.